Do-do-do-do-boo-boo. You know, be a lot of people out there, a lot of sharks out there. They would be wanting to take a bite. They see something that's hot. They see it. They want a piece of themselves. Next thing you know, there's a spinoff. It's like you, but it's not you. And all the money you made, they're making it now. So you want to be a rock superstar and live large? Five house, tear the car, charge. I am unprepared to sing the rest of this because I was so infatuated with the beginning. All right. Let's say hi to the folks that are here. I'm giving a ticket away later on. Ticket to Auditpalooza is $100 value. With this so-called ticket, you get to go to Auditpalooza October 19th, 2024. And you get to meet the people, the big auditors, the ones that, the frontier men, the audit army, if you will. Jeff Ross, what's up? I'm going to call you, bro. Wait, I have called you. Norberto Carrasco. Quack. Calling me a quack, or that's how you talk? What's going on? Are you like a Canadian goose? Mr. Danicola, Mr. John Danicola. Hawks fan for life. What's up, everyone? Inspect this. Thank you. Daniel Johnson, what's up? Did you guys get gifted those memberships? Epic Roller, what up, Epic Roller? Que pasa, amigo Norberto? Fitzcam, what up? Vox Populi Ticanis, how are you? I'm in a bad location, don't think I'll stay connected. Okay. Mark Banks, what's up? Brandon Mitchell, what's up? Oh, thanks, man. Both of the live streams on Tuesday were pretty good in my humble opinion. IMHO. Jason Zwack. Zwack. You as well, Hawking. Oh, not talking to me. Donnie's thoughts. I was thinking. What were you thinking? That's my birthday, but I'm in Indiana. There's people coming from Canada, bro. Tony's aluminum foil. Toy. I cringe every time Felix sings at the beginning. I cringe when I think about singing. What's funny is if I don't sing, people complain about that too. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's that one. Let's put that one on the screen. Igor Takes a Bride. What's up? All right, let's get into this video, man. One of the attendees of Auditpalooza, and someone you'll get to meet, is this person, Lackluster. You don't know who Lackluster is? You're very new to this community. He does excellent videos, as you're about to see. And this happened in Florida. This guy, who most cops and government parasites would call a SC. But even though everything he said was correct, everything the woman said is wrong, I don't know how he makes these videos and doesn't cut in every 2 seconds. And I'm going to try not to cut in every 2 seconds. But this guy and his girlfriend and you'll see.
So I can watch you safely.
Yeah. Let me know what crime has been committed. I'm happy to show you my ID.
Okay, that's not how this works. Is there any reason why we're behaving this way? Would it offend you if I ask you your name? It's not an offensive question, is it? If you don't identify yourself, you will go to the county jail for resisting.
Yeah, I don't understand where there's a block there, bro.
I really didn't want to take him to jail.
Generation.
It's not going to get it.
All that shit just makes people feel that they have every right there. Hey. No.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel.
I'm excited about meeting Lackluster. I'm excited about meeting Jeff Gray and JC Playford and Long Island Audit, I believe, auditing Erie County.
In September of 2016, Sergeant Amy Moon was dispatched to Bracco Park in response to a call for suspicious persons. The park is a 60-acre public space with areas designated for recreational activities. Sergeant Moon alleged in her narrative that the caller was concerned about 3 people wearing limited clothing and that 2 of the females appeared to be underage, accompanied by an older male. It also states that they were believed to be involved in drug activity, but does not explain why. And upon Sergeant Moon's arrival, she saw Nick on the roof of his van with one of the females. The other was in the driver's seat.
What's you doing, guys? Come down off the top of the van. Come down so I can talk to you.
I guess the idea that she's already talking to him, again, every time they try to justify what they're telling you to do when you don't have to, I mean, I call it copsplaining, but they use the excuse of I need to talk to you, or it's like she's already starting off by being deceiving and lying.
I can't hear you. Come down so I can hear you.
Are you suspecting a crime has been committed?
Yes, come down here so I can talk to you.
Let me know what crime that is.
Come down here. You too, ma'am. Do you have your ID on you, sir?
What crime do you suspect has been committed?
Do you have your ID? I will gladly talk to you. Do you have your ID on you?
If you let me know what crime has been committed, I'm happy to show you my ID.
Okay, that's not how this works. Ma'am, come out of the van. Don't go inside the van.
Florida 901.151, Florida statutes, you have to have, is, or about to have committed a crime. It has to be supported with reasonable, articulable suspicion and or probable cause.
Ma'am.
What crime do you suspect has been
Okay, tell you what. Have a seat. Have a seat. We're not going to do this. Have a seat.
You can arrest me if you'd like.
We're not going to do what? You answer my questions as a public servant?
I don't want to arrest you,
Well, if
okay?
there's been a crime,
We don't need to make it
why are you
difficult.
harassing us?
Have a seat so I can watch you safely.
Unless there's been a crime that you're suspecting.
Have a seat.
You see, it turns to I need you down here so I can talk to you. Now you need to sit down like an animal. So I can whatever she said. What was her excuse for that one?
I don't want to arrest you,
Well, if
okay?
there's been a crime,
We don't need to make it
why are you
difficult.
harassing us?
Have a seat so I can watch you safely.
Unless there's been a
Oh, so I can watch you safely now.
crime that you're suspecting.
Have a seat. I am the supervisor. Have a seat.
Now, mind you, this dude looks like he weighs about 120 pounds. And she probably weighs just as much. And she's armed to the teeth.
Listen, you have no reason to be ordering me around if there's no crime that's been committed.
Have a seat so I can talk to everybody safely.
Unless you can tell me what crime that you're suspecting, I don't have to listen to a damn
This lady's about total dominance first. Dominance first. Then we'll worry about what the law says.
thing you're telling me.
All right. Keep your hands out of your pocket.
At this point, the 2 women appear from the side of the van. One was Nick's sister, the other his girlfriend. All 3 individuals were in their 30s at the time of this encounter.
Remember, the call was some guy with half-naked women, and the women were possibly underage.
Sergeant Moon's narrative does not mention any indication or suspicion of drug activity. No one appeared intoxicated, and there were no distinct smells or visual indicators that would give Sergeant Moon reason to believe that the allegations of the third party were true. The van was parked in a designated spot, and the park was not closed. As such, Sergeant Moon had no lawful authority to detain Nick or to demand that he identify.
Have a seat.
Again, she's still one of these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cops around the country that still hasn't figured out the ID law, the law they use the most.
A seat.
What are you arresting me for?
You're not under arrest, but if you don't want to listen,
If I can't go free,
If you don't want to listen, I have to dominate you with violence.
it's called being under arrest.
have a seat. Coco, 1 detain. Stand at the van.
It's called harassment. We're sitting here enjoying ourselves. You come over and harass us for no reason. There's no crime. And you have to do a crime. I told you I comply.
1 detain. 10-4. When a police officer asks you for identification,
I don't know if you're a real cop. Let me see your ID. You could be
Seriously.
No, seriously. I haven't seen any of
Yeah, seriously, you're not acting in a lawful manner.
your information. I haven't committed any crime. This isn't freaking Nazi Germany. I don't need to show you no damn papers. You guys suspect me of crime.
Because Nick has lawfully refused to identify himself, Sergeant Moon asks dispatch for
Please follow me on Rumble, please.
backup.
47 Stepness.
Sergeant Moon now learns that the females are in their 30s.
Don't move. Ladies, do you have your ID? How old are you? Okay, how old are you? Okay, hang on.
Still, with absolutely no reason to detain the three individuals, Nick remains in cuffs as they wait for lower-ranking officers to arrive.
This is ridiculous. All you have to do is provide ID. That's all you have to
That's all he does not have to do. 901.151.
do.
Right. I haven't seen a damn ID from you. I don't know who the hell you are. I don't know if you're a real cop. Let me see your delegation of authority order. So that you have authority to be arrested.
Delegation of authority is when you start digging deeper into the whole next level of unprovable, vague, gray area stuff.
Have a seat on my car.
Esoteric, if you will.
You taking orders from me for no reason, even though I haven't committed a crime. That's called Nazi.
Besides the two females over there, who else is in the van? Anybody?
Tell me what crime I'm suspected of. Otherwise, I'm going to say another word to you.
Okay, that's fine.
Other officers race to the scene as if there was an emergency.
I needed a car to put him in. I don't have one either.
I have no idea why you were all through the sitting here.
Yeah, all you have to do is give up your rights. Decorate. Decorate says that.
Have our 8497. He won't ID himself either. So work on hand, ID himself. Ladies, is there anybody else in the van? Okay. Is there any reason why we're behaving this way?
Well, he likes his music loud, and
So that's why he won't tell me who he is?
I don't know why. He's her boyfriend. I don't know. He's just upset right now. I'm upset too. I don't like my friends. I miss my sister.
Okay. Anytime a police officer stops to check out with somebody, for whatever reason we get called here, we gladly explain it to people. But first things first, which is our safety and yours, we need to
BS. And every time she says it, she says her safety first. And she's trying to conflate safety and ID as the same thing.
identify who we're talking to. So is there any reason
So for safety, we have to get you to surrender your right to privacy in America that we swore to protect.
why he wouldn't tell me who he is?
She literally does her job the exact opposite way the law states. The opposite of the law is how she operates.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Officers often claim that they need ID for their safety, without realizing that their demand is contrary to the oath that they swore. The belief
Yeah, what I said.
that you must identify to an officer for no reason other than because they're an officer is wholly un-American.
Yes, please hit the sub and the thumbs and the share because 250,000 subscribers gaining 3,000 a month. And for some reason, my videos, yesterday's video, which was wonderful, only got less than 2,000 views. Shame, 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 YouTube. Shame on you.
But that doesn't stop any of the uniformed members from continuing to violate Nick.
You're 30, you said? Where's your ID out of?
February 17th.
So it's Florida ID? Okay.
I did hear you say you weren't arrested, but it's just, he feels maybe offended.
Because I asked his name.
Maybe, I don't know.
Does it offend you if I ask you your name? It's not an offensive question, is it?
In this case, Sergeant Moon is actually correct. Asking a person for their name is not offensive. Demanding it, however, under the threat of arrest, absent of a lawful authority
Under the threat of violence.
to do so, is offensive. Now intimidated by watching Nick's arrest for simply exercising his rights,
You guys can't hear me? Can you guys hear? Give me a 6x7 if you guys can hear me okay.
the women give Sergeant Moon their names and other identifying details to be run through dispatch.
For last time, can I have your name, please, now?
Okay. Do you have your name? Do you have your ID? Do you wish to give your name? I don't wish to know.
Because if you don't
So now they have his ID. They have. I spazzed out. I did the same video on Rumble. You should go watch it because I spaz out, dude. And I had a headache afterwards. I'm not doing it again. They're surrounding him, trying to coerce him and threaten him, getting within a foot of him while he's already in handcuffs to verbally say his name, even though they will never say their name verbally, most of them, or else they're going to take him and put him in a cage while they know who he is and they're holding his ID.
Don't give us your name. You're going to go to jail.
I've already told her that.
Okay.
Unless
This is your last chance. If you don't identify yourself, you're going to the county jail, sir. Listen to me. If you don't identify yourself, you will go to the county jail for resisting. Do you understand that? Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
Same thing they got me for. A catch-all.
society. Now I want you to realize that this is criminal what she's doing to me. The only reason I'm complying is under duress. Under threat.
Okay. Nobody is threatening you other than telling.
Nobody's threatening you. Did she just not get done saying this is the last time I'm telling you, this is the last threat I'm making to you? If you don't tell me your name, I'm going to take you and put you in a cage. They don't believe that's a threat. They think that's just what everybody thinks is proper in life. It's not. Caging people like animals, because even though you have his ID, he won't verbally speak his name. You're a kook. You're literally operating the exact upside down opposite of your oath and the law. How do I know the law better than a sergeant of a police department? That's upside down world.
Telling you Florida statute, you have to identify yourself to the police officer.
That's exactly what the Florida statute does not say.
That's why I asked you how long you been here from where? From Colorado. A little bit different.
Dude, the cosplaying starts to get thick too, man. I don't know how much of this I'm going to go through, but trust me, you're going to want to see this. It's just worse and worse and worse.
Colorado. For Florida statute. What's the Florida statute say?
The department blurred large portions of this footage, so it's unclear how Sergeant Moon obtained Nick's ID, and after acquiring it, she runs it through dispatch.
Looking at Colorado 27, white male, first name is Nicholas, Nicklas.
When Nick's ID comes back clean, she tries to run the plates.
Now she's fishing. Now she's upset because her dominating ways are being challenged, and she has to have complete and control and dominance of this man who wasn't doing anything wrong to begin with. So now she's fishing for more and more stuff here.
Can you scoot over to the minutes so I can see the license plate? Because we'll copy the tag to the van. Nebraska.
When they return nothing, she asks his sister to get the registration from his vehicle.
He has no Florida license, but he does have a valid license out of the state of Colorado.
Come on. Can you grab me the registration for the van, please? Can you grab me the registration for the van?
She's unable to find the registration and states her discomfort with searching through belongings that aren't hers.
And now he has his VIN number covered up, and she makes her take the VIN number, the covering off of it. Like, this guy doesn't want to be bothered, and that really, when you don't want to be bothered by government, that really bothers the government.
Sergeant Moon still has no reason to enter the van, so instead, she turns to Nick's girlfriend to find the registration.
Can my sister get it? I don't know.
Go ahead and see. Ma'am, where's the registration at?
When she can't find it, Sergeant Moon runs the VIN.
Tell you what, there's a piece of paper on the windshield by the driver.
There's a piece of paper over the VIN for a reason, because he doesn't want armed government parasites doing this to his private property. You were there for potentially a guy with two minors in skimpy dress. You got there, they're all of age. That's it. Now she's being a complete, can you imagine her family? Her kids probably cower in the corner around the time they think she's going to be home.
Driver's steering wheel? No, on the dashboard.
With an age or no age?
Just remove that piece of paper so I can read it in. Thank you. You can get out of the car now. Doesn't copy it then. 1 Foxtrot Tango.
Now with Nick's driver's license, VIN, and a report clearing him of any warrants, Sergeant Moon approaches to speak with him again.
This is my boss. This is Sergeant.
Now here comes her immediate bootlicker underling This, again, he's about to go into 5 minutes of cop-splaining. Why?
I explained to him that he doesn't seem to understand that he can't be here in a bathing suit, and I explained to him that you have
In a bathing suit. The guy's wearing shorts.
every right to lawfully detain him and conduct an investigation.
The younger officer somehow thinks that being at a park in a bathing suit is unlawful. While it is true that Florida state parks and Brevard County both ban thong bikinis, there are no laws regarding the use of a bathing suit as shorts in public.
That's some good B-roll there, Lackluster.
Furthermore, the city of Cocoa Beach is the only city in Brevard County that opted out of the ban on thongs. But even still, Nick isn't wearing a thong. The officer's assertion that wearing a bathing suit gives them the right to detain someone is outright ludicrous.
So this cop thinks a bathing suit negates the Fourth Amendment.
But the remainder of the interaction is filled with even more ridiculous inferences.
He can't be here in a bathing suit, and I explained to him that you have every right to lawfully detain him and conduct an investigation. In an attempt to one, display your fear or figure out exactly what you're doing, and resisting in any way is an arrestable offense. So this is my fault.
The worst kind. That's what kind they get.
Okay? You don't want to believe me? You're more than welcome to believe her.
How long have you been in Florida?
Yeah, I've been here a couple months, you know.
Okay. Here's the thing. When you go to a different state, you have to abide by those state laws. You don't have an option. You have to abide by state laws.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not trying to argue with you, but I'm pretty sure it's not a state issue. It's a federal issue.
It's a state and federal issue. It's Fourth Amendment federal, state 901.151. You don't have to ID yourself unless you is, or about to commit a crime. He's completely in the lawfully correct in everything he's saying, almost.
I'm not obliged to get out ID unless I'm suspect of a crime.
Well, when we're here for a call that we get dispatched to, at that moment, we have a requirement to perform an investigation.
Which doesn't include violating somebody's Fourth Amendment right unless it's under the provisions of 901.151. Maybe as a sergeant of a police department, you should look that up instead of looking like an imbecile on the internet and having some douchebag call you out.
We cannot do that if people are not willing to cooperate and identify themselves, which is something you are required to identify yourself. That's all it is, identifying yourself. You are required. It's not a casual contact.
No, he's not. And you've been threatening him the whole time, and you've been in the wrong the whole time.
I got sent here. The officers got sent here for a specific reason, which you are hindering.
You got sent there for what you now know is nothing.
That's the crime right there now.
I tried to explain this to you, and now you're still arguing with her. I don't understand where she's explained it to you.
I need you to respect my master.
She was dispatched here in reference to conducting in reference to conducting an investigation.
Stop! We're trying to brainwash you like we're brainwashed.
Okay, I explained to you what she saw when she got here. You got three people sitting in a bathing suit that are in front of a pond. It's not a beach. It's a pond. Okay. So she got here. You're refusing to give her a ride. You're arguing. One who has told her for years of exactly what you're doing, whereas hindering her ability to get an investigation is a criminal offense.
Remember, they have his ID. Long time ago.
Yeah, I don't understand where there's a block there, bro. I was happy to give her. I seen my ID herself. I said, look, let me see your ID.
He didn't.
But she does not have to tell you what she's here for until everything. She's got an officer safety issue. She's out here by.
Until you surrender your right to privacy, until you sit on the ground, until they can put you in handcuffs. Then maybe, if they feel like it, they'll let you know what's going on.
Herself, there's three people. Okay, just pick it. Put yourself in our shoes, bro. Change it around. There's the three of us, and there's one of you. Right or wrong? You think I'm going to tell you anything until I know, one, I'm safe, or two, who I know I'm dealing with?
She was never unsafe. She was never unsafe. So that's a moot point. At what point was she unsafe? Never.
Put yourself in my shoes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just waiting on vehicle information still to come back. He's just end up bailing. He's not getting it.
Okay, 32. Is there some type of identifying number on the traffic U-Haul number?
We're waiting for information to come back on this.
Yeah, why are they running tags? Because she's unhappy, because he gave her a little attitude she didn't like, and she's lives her day in and out at home and at work as the dominator. Who the hell does this guy think stand on his rights? Just because I don't know the law don't mean I won't put you in cuffs.
Yes, ma'am. Bye. It came back with nothing so far. It's
Generation.
not gonna get it.
All that shit just makes people feel that they have every right to say no.
I really didn't want to take him to jail.
You don't have to take him to jail. As a matter of fact,
He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it at all. He is still yet to tell me his name. You realize that?
you already know who he is. You still have yet to find any wrongdoing. You still have yet to catch anything on your little fishing trip. You could still let him go. You could still do the right thing. You could still read the law. You caused this situation, not him. He was minding his own business with his girlfriend and sister until you came along and caused all this problem. And if you blame him, you're blaming the victim. In other words, it's like dominating someone and they dare to fight back.
His girlfriend gave him up.
No, he said he was going to give me your ID. He said, I'm going to give it to him. I think it's just, I don't get the whole sovereign citizen thing.
I don't know.
There we go again with that crap. You guys investigate your own crimes and you're calling us that term. Are you this again? This is the most brainwashed two cops so far I've ever seen in my life. The third one wasn't helping either because he was trying to intimidate the guy too.
I think he just feels that we have to tell him why we're stopping.
Doesn't he understand that we're the masters? We control everything. We got the guns. Who does he think he is? Some type of free American? What's wrong with this guy?
Well, when you get a call from old me about two young girls and they're being police dressed, of course we're going to come out.
The VIN came back, however, it's slightly confusing. It shows the license year in 2011. However, it shows that it expired 6/1 of 2017. Calling back on a 2002 Ford registered to your 1012 Nicholas.
Now they've double confirmed his identity. Doubly confirmed his identity from the plate and whatever coercion they used to get his license.
All right. Have you understood any of this yet?
You guys get arrested if I don't provide your ID for it.
Yeah. It's Florida, yeah.
Yeah, it's Florida, where I work as a sergeant of the police, and I don't even know the laws that I enforce or the oath that I swore to protect. Yeah.
This is not Colorado. You cannot go by what you think in Colorado.
Who said that? You're making that up.
In Florida, when the police officer gets dispatched to a call, we have every right to determine who we are dealing with.
Lie, wrong, lie, wrong.
You have no choice but to go by Florida law, not Colorado. So because you thought that I don't have any right to identify who I am dealing with as a police officer, you're now sitting in a car detained. Do you see
You're violating his rights.
the issue?
Yeah, you're violating his rights.
I see this, yeah.
To call a police officer a Nazi?
You're acting like one. You have a man bound behind his back, falsely imprisoned in your car for not breaking any laws. Read a history book.
To say we have no right to do this? To say we're doing criminal things?
You are doing criminal things, and you don't have a right to do what you're doing to this man.
Because we're doing our job?
Your job is not to violate human beings. Your job is not to falsely imprison people who haven't done anything wrong. Your job isn't to badger and go fishing for stuff for innocent people doing nothing to no one and minding their own business. That's not your job. Someone has misled you.
Is an issue.
Yes, everything is an issue that I just said. Everything about you, I just said, is a giant issue.
Because it would take me 2 seconds to shut this door and take you to jail.
You're going to do it anyway, ho.
Exactly.
So I told you in the beginning, I don't want to do that. I told you that. But
Yes, you do.
You refuse to give me your name
What
still.
did that say?
Because it would take me 2 seconds to shut this door and take you to jail.
Exactly.
So I told you in the beginning, I don't want to do that. I told you that.
Oh yeah, she's still holding his ID in her hand. You know how they say slap your mama barbecue sauce? These are like slap your mama videos, bro. Slap both my parents.
But you refuse to give me your name still. When a police officer checks out with you, there's a reason for it.
Doesn't matter. That's not the law.
If you want to continue the argument about refusing to identify yourself, you'll end up in handcuffs in the back of a police car.
So if he continues to stand on his rights that you swore to protect, you will cage him and falsely imprison him. Got it.
If you want to hand over your ID, here you go, officer. What's the problem today?
If you want to surrender your right to privacy, we'll treat you a lot better because we don't go by the law. We go by our little butthurt ego feelings.
Then you can figure out what the problem is.
You're the problem. Doesn't take a rocket scientist.
But you have a choice of doing that or continuing the argument that you started, and, well, then you're in handcuffs in the back of a car.
I mean, yeah, you can beat my damn rights out of me,
At what point has anybody beat you?
or threaten to arrest me.
Yes,
I
I can. I can arrest you.
If I don't submit to some arbitrary decision.
It's not some arbitrary decision when a police officer asks for your identification on a call.
Unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion, it is arbitrary. Big dummy.
That's not an arbitrary decision. That's the law.
You're not going by Florida law.
And I'm still here trying to make you understand
That she's going to take him to jail because he's unwilling to conform to her brainwashing. Everything he said was right. Everything she said was wrong. And because her ego and her cognitive dissonance will not let her let this guy off, still thinking that he's a free person.
a law versus somebody just harassing you.
Basically, it's a statute versus a right. Is what's going on here. Maybe there is a statute that says that, but
There is.
No, there isn't a statute that says that. There isn't one.
To not say anything to anybody.
You do. You have that right not to say anything. And if you choose to and take that right, then you end up in jail. That's what I'm trying to work through with you. You have.
If you exercise your rights that I swore to protect, I will take you to jail. Sergeant Moon.
That right to completely keep your mouth shut and not say a word to me, but you're going to end up in jail.
I know, and
It's not worth that, is it?
I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Is it worth it to you to go to jail not to identify yourself?
Is it worth it to you to be that big of a scumbag that you're going to take a guy to jail who hasn't broken any laws, hasn't hurt anybody, hasn't damaged any property, hasn't done anything to anyone, to lock him in a cage and ruin his whole day and several weeks of his life? Is that what you want to do? You're in control here, Mrs. Moon.
Up to me.
I mean, I hate to say I just want to go free, but at the same time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's how people lose their rights.
34819.
Okay.
34819. I mean, yeah, sure. You have my ID. You got my ID. You know who I am. I don't have any warrants.
And again, they've had his ID this whole time.
Okay. All right, bro.
I'm trying to work with you.
What's your name?
All right, here comes a blue line Scientologist number 2, 3. Which one is this? We're trying to beat our brainwashing into your head. Why aren't you accepting our brainwashing? Look at our costume. Look how fancy we look. Look, they give us guns. We still don't know the law, but please understand, you bow down to us, regardless if you've done anything wrong. What's wrong with people?
You got it right there. So I don't know your name, so I'll just go with hey you. My name is Michael. Okay.
How about sir? How about boss?
She's trying. We understand that there's a group of individuals that feel that they don't have to abide by the laws. Okay, they feel that there's constitutional rights and all.
That's called police. You are the ones in this video not abiding by the law.
This other stuff. We understand that. Okay, but you're not seeing it for what it is. Okay, she came here for an investigation,
Which was unfounded.
okay? She had every right at that point to find out who you are,
Wrong. That's not what the law says.
what you're doing out here, and why you're
She can investigate all she wants. Just don't I'm not going to help you.
doing it. Okay? As long as those things are everything is figured out and squared away, she'd have been all right. You know what? I can go about the rest of the day here, and you would have been on your merry way.
Otherwise, we gotta waste thousands of dollars in taxpayer money to cage a man for whose ID we were holding in our hand, to cage him and steal his property. All you gotta do is say your name.
Okay? But because you made it difficult, you felt that there's some type of constitutional right that you don't have to abide by her request, her lawful.
The Fourth Amendment.
Orders to give you your ID, you're now interfering with an investigation. You're
Wrong.
resisting her without
Wrong.
violence. Okay?
That's what they arrested me for, resisting without violence. I didn't resist anything. And I wasn't violent. I didn't resist that. What was I resisting?
She's out here by herself, and there's 3 people, which adds to everything. Okay? And I guarantee you, I've been to Colorado, bro. I've been to Fort Carson, Colorado. I promise you, if I would have told a Colorado cop, hey, I'm not giving
Cops playing 101.
you my ID. Resisting is resisting, and no matter what state you go. I've been to Texas, been to Colorado, been all over. I promise you, if I'd have told a cop in any state, I'm not going to give you my ID, and he's there for a lawful purpose, I'd have been in handcuffs.
So, see, I didn't know why she was there. I asked her several times, never got
Okay, but then, see, there you go. That goes to the
See, there you go. You don't get to know why we're accosting you. You don't get to know why armed people are bothering you in a free country. That's none of your business. You don't control this scene. I own you. We get a call. I own you.
there's 3 people and she's out by herself.
A police officer will always explain things to you once a
Lie.
situation is safe.
Lie. It was never unsafe. The guy was on top of a van. He weighs 120 pounds. There's 2 females with him, and you have 60 rounds of ammunition. That's another fake narrative.
It will never not explain it to you. But the requirements are to keep me safe and keep you safe.
No.
Safety comes first.
Notice how every time she says that, she says her name first.
Once I know who I'm dealing with, then I tell you, okay, this is why I get called out here. We're not going to just randomly do this. We are going to explain everything, explain the entire situation, but once everybody's safe. Safety will always come first, period. No exception. So when I have somebody who refuses to identify himself, that causes a heightened alertness for a police officer. When I have somebody who gets in my face and wants to call me a Nazi, tell me
You're acting like one.
take him to jail, he's not going to have all those things that people do and say, you're going to end up in handcuffs.
You exercise your rights that I swore to protect. Handcuffs. I'm Sergeant Moon. Never read a law in my life, and I don't care. You respect me. You come down from that van, and you stop hanging out with your girlfriend and sister, okay? Criminal.
Because I'm going to go home tonight.
He doesn't get to go home tonight. Why do you get to go home? He didn't break the law, and you put him in a cage, falsely imprisoned him, abducted him. You are breaking the law and not following Florida law, and you get to go home. Something's weird here, Sergeant Moon of the Cocoa Beach Police Department.
And I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure you go home tonight. Even though a police officer deals with things like this, and the name calling, and people who want to get in our face.
We can't handle the truth. Stop it.
We still are required to make sure you go home safely.
You're not taking him home. You're not letting him go home safely. You're putting him in a cage. So you're doing the exact opposite of what you're saying right now.
And you're not understanding what we're trying to tell you on all that.
You're not sucking up our brainwashing the way we have.
My safety and your safety will come first. And I will tell you
That's the 3rd time, and she always says their safety first, always.
everything about an investigation once I know who you are.
You don't need to know who I am unless you suspect me of a crime. 901.151 Florida statute.
That's the problem we're stuck at.
That's where you're stuck.
So I've been here probably a half an hour, 45 minutes with these officers, and you have yet to tell us who
And you have yet to find anything that he's done to anything, no crime, no nothing. You're just genitalia hurt over him not acquiescing to your dominance. Unlawful dominance.
you are.
Well, I know you got my ID.
That's not the point.
Seriously, why?
It's not the point. You're not letting me completely dominate you. Don't you get it? Don't you understand our blue Scientology methods?
You're not here to tell you who I am. You already know who I am.
Okay.
Right?
You're not understanding.
No, you're not understanding, Sergeant Moore, Cocoa Beach.
What it is you want me to just go ahead?
No, you're not understanding. We're
You're not understanding.
bending over backwards to try.
No, you're not. You have a man unlawfully in custody and you're about to put him in a cage. So because he won't verbalize his name while you're holding his license. You're nothing but a crooked tyrant, upside down POS.
Try to help you at this point. Understand things. And you're just not doing it. So I don't.
He's right and you're wrong.
See my dilemma?
Bro.
Look, and this idiot. What an idiot. You know these two cops have seen this video and seen themselves on the internet. These cops have made complete imbeciles of themselves. I would be embarrassed to show my face back up at work. It's unbelievable the ignorance of these two cops. He's broken no law. Zero laws. And they're going to cage him. And now this cop's going to tell him what a fantastic lady this tyrant is who put him in cuffs for no crime. I'm speeding it up.
Take his ID out of the equation. Okay? The problem is, and she's I've worked with her for 3 years now.
I'm being really
Who cares?
nice, believe it or not.
If you're being nice, that's sick if this is what you call nice. You've been nothing but an uneducated, moronic tyrant.
Trying to help you.
I've worked with her for 3 years, and believe me when I tell you, she's really the problem is that you have not taken the ID out, identified yourself.
You're holding his ID.
That is where, and bro, when I tell you, any cop, to include any cop that we work with, would have been done already. Okay, but all right.
You're done. Ask him if he wants one of the girls to drive his van.
Despite digging
No. Listen to this part. Ask if he wants one of the girls to drive his van. Remember, you heard that, right?
through his personal belongings, including locked safes inside the van,
Going through locked safes. Remember, no crime, except that he wouldn't verbalize his name.
no narcotics or other illegal items were found. Nick was then taken to jail and booked for resisting an officer, obstruct without violence, for not identifying himself while the officer held his physical ID card through most of the incident. His van was also impounded.
So she stole his van too.
Ladies are free to go. He's ready.
Why is he going to jail?
Because he's still not cooperating.
So now they're questioning her and she doesn't like it. So now she gets short with them.
You're free to go.
That's who in the video. I am God. I am God. This is you in this video. Are you serious right now? You want to come in the chat? Is that really you? Okay. Put the invite. Copy. Holy crap. Let me finish this real quick and then jump on in. Awesome, dude.
It's not your van. It's his van. We did. He won't cooperate, though. You can't go to the police car where I have somebody.
Here's more. She can't go ask him if she can take his van because now safety reasons. Everything's for safe. For safety, this lady could unalive people. You know that.
It's just a safety issue. We've asked him to. No, we're going to tow it. You're free to go.
No, we're stealing his car.
I'm not going to go ask him if I can take his van.
You're free to go. We've asked him 3 times.
It cost several $100s for him to retrieve it and $500 to bond out. When the case reached the prosecutor's desk, it was dismissed because
Dismissed. Thank God.
as not one officer on scene adhered to legal standards or respected Nick's civil rights.
Not one officer on scene obeyed the law. Not one.
There was no reasonable suspicion for a detention and no
I put the link in the description. I am God. If you want to join.
probable cause for an arrest. Nick filed a complaint with the department that went unanswered.
Unanswered complaints. So the department doesn't care that they don't follow the law, and they made complete imbeciles of themselves. I believe it's Sergeant Moon of the Cocoa Beach Police Department.
He is currently about to finish his bachelor's degree and plans to attend law school this coming year. During this incident, he could have
Bachelor's degree and law school.
easily complied and just stated his name, knowing that the officers already had it. I commend him for standing firm in his principles. The officers in this video are a prime example of the pretend patriot. They claim to work for the people and swear oaths to the Constitution, yet exhibit the most un-American values in their actions. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And if you like this video, check out another episode, linked on screen.
So that's Lackluster. Thanks, Lackluster, dude. Amazing work. And Lackluster is scheduled to be at Auditpalooza October 19th. There's about 81 tickets left. If you want a ticket to Auditpalooza, email me at johnfelix@gmail.com with your first, last name, and phone number, and I will call you personally, and we'll talk. So I put the I Am God. I put the link to the live stream. Here it is again. If you want to join, please join. Lackluster will be at Auditpalooza. That's crazy, right? Let's see while we're waiting for him if we can't call the Cocoa Beach. Never mind. You ready, brother? It's crazy, right?
Oh my gosh, hey man.
Let's see while we're waiting for him if we can't call the Cocoa Beach. You gotta turn that off, man.
All right, I'm getting this turned on. Hold on.
Wow, what a surprise, man. That's so good.
Oh, hey.
Who's that guy in the background? He sounds like an idiot.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this.
You got to turn my voice off, man.
Sorry, let me fix my volume.
Sure. Little lower.
All right. Is it working now?
Yeah. Hi, man.
Hey, dude, thanks for having me. I mean, you know, I've been a big fan of yours since a long time, so it was crazy.
Man.
I just logged on and yeah,
I'm
thanks.
a fan of yours.
Right on. Thanks, dude. Sorry, I'm a little on the spot, you know, but
That's all
thanks
right.
for having me on.
That was Cocoa Beach, right?
You know, it's actually Cocoa, Florida, which is right next to Cocoa Beach. You know, they're like in the same county.
Yeah.
So Cocoa Beach has been getting a lot of flack over it because Cocoa turned off their comments on Facebook.
Okay, because of the incident?
You know, I think so because I actually submitted this to the civil rights lawyer in October when I got it. And when he posted it up, I think that the Cocoa Police Department got so many, you know,
complaints and calls and emails.
Yeah, they actually said they were enamored with phone calls when Chili called them. He also called them and talked to them about it. Sorry, I'm a little.
You're good, man. You're good. We can't all have nice hair like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they shut their Facebook down. Then Cocoa Beach gets the backlash, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because they allow comments on theirs for now.
How long were you in jail?
So I was in there like overnight, and then luckily one of the girls that was there put down $500 and bailed me out, which is surprising because I wasn't expecting that, you know.
Okay.
And
what happened
then
after that?
When I went into the hearing, I didn't want to get a public defender at the time because I was like, didn't want to sign over my rights to some guy at the time. And so then when I got out, I sold I had to get the vehicle out of impound, and then I sold it to pay for a lawyer. And he, you know, it was an easy case. And I talked to him about, I think he wanted to charge me more, but I talked him into doing it for $1,000. And as soon as she got on it, they dismissed it, which I could have, now I look back, you know, I could have got it all dismissed and gotten paid for it by myself. It was such an open and shut case, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just kind of new at the time, you know? I mean, I had never really had, I've never been arrested before that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I have had police do like illegal searches and seizures of me, you know, like illegal detentions and stuff like that. But when I look back now, I realize every time I've encountered police, I've had a civil rights lawsuit on my hands. I just didn't know it. And if it's pretty much for everybody, you know, if you get stopped by the police and you don't think you have a civil rights lawsuit, it's because you don't know that you have one, you know? They pretty much violate rights. 9 out of 10 times.
It's intimidating to file them too, because you really don't know if you're going to do it right. If, you know, so it said there that you were working on education since then, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I hadn't finished my bachelor's degree. I just kind of like had like 1 year of school left, and I just stopped going because I was going for anthropology at the time. My like student loans stopped coming in, and I wasn't really, you know, going to have any career. I wasn't going to make money as an anthropologist really. And then after all this happened, and Chili actually showed me how to FOIL request the body cam on one of his videos. That's how I got the body cam. And then that came out. I mean, I was stewing over this for like, you know, since it happened like 5 or 6 more years ago, thinking, oh man, dude, like that was freaking $100,000 that I missed.
Potentially,
so, yeah. And so I was like so pissed about that. I was like, oh man. And, you know, I tried messaging her and she blocked me. And, you know, I called and talked to the commander and he cop-splained it, you know, whatever, like gave some dumb excuse. And then, then it came out and, you know, I had been studying, watching you and watching Chili and Civil Rights Lawyer and cop videos for like a year before I got this footage because I was so pissed about it because I couldn't believe it. I was like, how did she do that? I didn't think she could. I didn't think she could arrest me because she didn't have the authority to. That's why I was like sitting there smirking the whole time. I was like, she's going to let me go at any moment. I was sure of it. I was like, there's no way she's actually going to arrest me. I was like calling her. I was trying to call her bluff because I didn't think she could, you know? I didn't think she was serious.
Her ego couldn't let you stay.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe it. When she shut that door on me, she was holding my ID and looking at me, telling me to say my name. And she shut the door on me. I was like, this is insanity. And
crazy, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And
don't worry, at least she has this mark on her record for the rest of eternity. Even though you didn't
man, dude. And this was round 2 because the Civil Rights Lawyer launched it like 6 months ago, and it blew up. And yeah, they blew up. And then Lackluster just got it because he commented on my video and asked me to send it to him. And now they're going for round 2, man. Like
you live in Florida?
What's that?
You live in Florida?
No, I was actually just doing the van life. I cruised down to Florida. I was living in that van, you know, just for fun. I had an apartment, but I was like, decided to get a van and put, you know, make it livable and go cruise around down there. And
how far are you from Florida?
So now I'm pretty far away. I mean, with all this going on, I kind of, you know, I don't want retaliation from cops and stuff like that yet. So I'm laying low, working on online to get my degree. I'll have my bachelor's this year in November, and I've got my LSAT scheduled for October so that as soon as I get my bachelor's, I can get into law school. And
you want to go to Audapalooza?
What's that? A law school?
No, we're having a concert October 19th. It's like an auditor festival.
Oh, where are you at?
It's going to be in Pensacola, Florida. That's why I asked if you live in Florida.
Oh, cool. Well, actually, I'm not there now, but I've got 2 little ones now. I'm a single dad of 2.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, so I take all my classes online, and I stay home with them to do like I homeschool, that type of thing.
How old are the kids?
Like 3 and 4. They're really. What's that?
You say you homeschool?
Yeah, you know, I even delivered them myself at home.
Bless you.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, this is getting off a little bit, but I mean, I don't trust doctors any more than I trust cops. You know?
That's fine.
And yeah, so I mean, we never went to a doctor when she was pregnant. We didn't have any doula or midwife. You know, it was just me and a bunch of coconut oil, and babies come out. You know, I mean, because I was like, I had cats that have delivered several litters. I'm like, this is so natural. Yeah, dude, I did it with both of them, man. And
I guess at some point that's how it was done.
exactly. That's what, and as an anthropologist, you know, I study different cultures where women would have babies right out in the middle of a field and keep working, you know. And I was like, we just make a big deal about it in the U.S. I think
you said two kids, right?
Yeah, luckily the first one was a boy.
You delivered 2 kids.
Yeah.
In your own house.
Yeah, man, and that's why they haven't left my side since. I'm like, you know, they never had a babysitter. I'm like, I ain't trusting nobody with these guys. I see how society is now. I'm like, I ain't playing that game, well. No school, none of that crap, you know.
When I had a big pregnant Labrador, I bought her a kiddie pool, and what method did you use?
Oh yeah, exactly, and they came out fine, I'm sure, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Doctors all want C-sections. They're all going to say, "Oh, you got high blood pressure. We need to have a C-section," and then your wife's got a freaking, you know, scar, and the kid's got to come out that way. It's just horrible. But when you have them at home and you deliver them yourself, it's a whole different thing. Like,
so
you know,
let me ask, and I'm not second guessing you. I don't care. You're a free person. You do whatever you want. Well, what if there was some type of complication? What would happen there?
Well, that's what I kind of got that question before, and for one, I was like, for me, I was like, this is life, and life comes with things that we can't expect, but we have to accept, you know. And if something happens,
something happens, basically.
That's what my stance was, but everyone, you know, like my parents and like grandparents type stuff, they were all like, I had to say, you know, if I had to, I'd take them to the hospital, you know.
Okay.
If she needed to go to the hospital, we would, but we didn't need to. Yeah, I was lucky to get a girl as the second one. When she came out as a girl, I was so happy. I was like, oh, I didn't want 2 boys, you know. And
I want all boys. I don't want girls. Then I want to have to hurt someone later in life.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make sure that the family stays tight.
Dude, I'm sure you're gonna raise a wonderful family, man. And
yeah, thanks.
You're not an auditor per se, right?
No, you know, I'm not. And before I had the children, I was a little bit more of an advocate. Like, we did do some filming of cops in like Miami and stuff. Miami cops are so corrupt. You know, they'd come up while we were trying to film and flash their flashing lights in our cameras and stuff, so we like to chill our amendment or whatever, you know, to pre-restricted or whatever. And oh, here's the deal. What's up, man? You know, I'm a big fan of you too, dude. It's I Am God. You know, I come on your show, and
I was covering.
And I love your show. In fact, I was going to send. Here's the deal.
Yeah, man.
What's that?
I was just saying. Yeah, I was covering your story. I didn't realize that you're one of my viewers. This is so awesome. Let's pop-up interview like this.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
From Colorado, which Amy Moon is now very well aware of. And it's funny because
you said it?
Oh no, because she wanted to know who I was so bad, you know. She will never forget who I am now after all this, you know. I mean,
you know what? One thing about what we do is, and people don't realize this, is we get recognized in public. So that means the cops that are in the videos get recognized also.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she shut down her social media when it came out the first time because she was getting so much flack.
I was just about to call the police department and ask if she still works there. Does she still work there?
From what I can tell, she does, and she's totally corrupt. If you look her up, her name, she sued. I mean, she didn't sue. She arrested the guy who lawfully towed her vehicle for trespassing or something, and then she actually did.
She was parked unlawfully and got her car towed.
What's that?
She was parked unlawfully and had her car taken, and then she arrested the tow truck driver.
Oh yeah, you know, I think she was parked lawfully, but it was getting repossessed.
Oh, she tried to arrest the repo man.
Yeah.
Oh, she's real slick. All right, go on.
And in fact, if you look her up, she even sued I don't know the details of it, but it looks like she actually sued the police department that she's working for. I mean, maybe I've got something wrong with that.
Why, they wouldn't tell her name, their name?
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, exactly. So I've been studying civil rights. In fact, I'm in a litigation class right now. I have a judge as a professor, which is kind of neat to actually have a judge as he's not super helpful, but it's kind of neat to be working under a judge at this point, you know, to have learned some of this stuff on litigation. Like I actually just filled out my first like complaint form and summons yesterday as it was just a sample one, you know. But I'm working through the process so that I can help other people that have had the same situations. She actually pushed me to this, you know what I mean? Like I always wanted to be a lawyer, but not that much.
I'm glad, dude. We need more people like you being lawyers. And what these cops don't understand is they're the ones pushing everything. They're the ones escalating. They're the ones aggressing. They're the ones initiating. They're the ones bringing it up to there. Yeah. Calm your ass down, dude. Take a Valium or something.
Yeah.
What is this? You're on a mission to just ruin lives, dude. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And in fact, I mean, when she drove up, what's not in the video you can't see is the girls were like, hey, there's a cop coming. There's a cop coming. And we were sitting up there, you know. And I was telling him, I was like, she's not coming to talk to us. We're not doing anything wrong. I guarantee you guys, she's not coming to talk to us. Like, I was that confident. Yeah, dude, I was that confident. Now when I see a cop, I'm like, we could get shot. We need to get the hell out of here, you know?
Yeah, now your defenses are up. You hope they can keep going so you could slip out the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just posted her phone number. Let's see if 321-637 6381. But yeah, bro.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'm glad that.
I am so glad you came on.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. You know, I'll let you get back to your show.
Listen.
Emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, I will return your call at the earliest convenience. Thank you. No messages may be taken for this mailbox. It is full. Thank you for calling.
It's full, dude. We got blown out, man.
Hey, listen to the beginning one more time.
Hi, you've reached Sergeant Amy Moon with the Cocoa Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, I will return your call.
Shut. Go ahead.
Well, that's the last thing I'll do in an emergency is dial 911. Yeah, let's have some cops come here and arrest everybody and shoot people for over nothing. That sounds like
let's add a nuclear bomb to a firecracker.
yeah. Oh my God.
Call her. Maybe she will come up. Nope. Whoop, choop, 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 choop. So I'm glad you're doing good, dude.
Thanks, man.
I'm glad you came on. I wish you'd come to the concert. I know you got 2 kids. I understand, man.
Maybe if I was in the area.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, if I was in the area, I'd come check it out. I'll be back.
Man, I'm glad you stood your ground, dude. And I'm assuming you can't, the statute of limitations is up or whatever. Yeah,
I mean, I did call around this last year, and that's kind of what everyone seemed to think, and that's my research kind of showed. You know, it was funny because the internal affairs, Chili recalled and was speaking with them, and he's got it on his recorded where the guy's telling him he thinks that I could still sue because the evidence just came to light, and that should. But from my research, yeah, it should have come to light sooner had I known how to get it.
Hey, you live, you learn, my brother.
Yeah. So I'm just going to let this one slide. I figure I got a bunch more coming, you know, anytime I want now. All I got to do is go drive around at midnight.
All you got to do is go shirtless, put some beads in your hair, and wear some swim trunks.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And dare to know why you're being harassed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Brother, I can't thank you enough, man.
Yeah, thank you, dude. And
hey, email me and I'll give you my number and you can save it and you can call me anytime you want. All right.
All right. Awesome. All right. Salute to you. Here's the deal. And free chili.
Yes. Free chili. All right, man. See you.
All right.
Boy, what a live stream. Talk about good timing. I am God. Thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you. Everyone in here, I appreciate you. What else can I say? She's made a fool out of herself. You can't even get her on the phone. She's still. Now, if I'm a police chief, like again, that's like I'm a restaurant guy. I'm the head chef. My server over and over and over embarrasses me, or she makes such an embarrassing situation one day in the restaurant. You gotta go, dude. You effed up. You gotta go. These cops can literally do the opposite of what the law says. And she's still there. It's time to turn off the comments, stop answering the phones. That's their solution to when people want accountability. Dude, everyone who came here, thank you. If you want to go to Auditpalooza, there's only about 80 tickets left. Email me, johnphylax@gmail.com with your first, last name, and phone number. And I'm going to be starting to call people again soon. No name decoder. I saw you on there. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call everybody. Okay. Thanks, everyone. And that's the Felix of the matter. I don't get that. Is that a catchphrase you've made up for me? Keep working on that, man. Do a little think tank. Caveman, everybody in here, bless you, man. Thanks for coming. Have a good day. Much love, peace, tranquility. I'm going to go eat some chicken, peppers, and onions over rice. You like that? You like the way I made that sound?